These badass make it hurt.
What's up? Yeah, y'all weren't expecting this, were you? I already know. I'm riding, I'm driving right now. I just figured I'd try something new. Uh, I've done it before, but thinking about doing this often, so kind of keep you guys in rather than waiting just for Mondays and Saturdays primarily, which is really my free days. I figure I need to do something in between time. Um, in between time. So this is about as free as I'm gonna get. I'm going on my way to work, but I want to talk to you guys real quick. Good morning, first of all. What's up? Good morning. I apologize. Really not expecting a lot of people here, but in the event, listen, I'm asking you guys to share. Even now, actually hit that like button. Even now, if you want to donate to the show, you know how to do it by now. Cash App is $ the Big Time Show. You can do that. If you're on Facebook, you use those stars. YouTube, of course, you use the super chat. We got that all out the way. I want to talk to you guys about something real. Most of us, at least on my show, I think the reason why some of y'all like me is because I'm a little older. You know what I'm saying? And usually I kind of attract more of an older crowd, which is great. Uh, and when you're a little older, you can just go ahead and just tell the truth. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, play around with it. you know, I come from the, uh, I guess the category of it is what it is. I'm more of a pessimistic type guy. I'm not a optimist. I'm really not an optimist. If you really want to look at it, I look at it as it is, and then I kind of go along with the flow from there. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to change. It just means that it is what it is, which leads to this point. And I appreciate everybody that's coming on. I'm driving, so I can't speak to you, but I got a feeling it's my usual crew. Uh, but I appreciate anybody who's on here. I'm looking at it as it is, and I'm calling because I really ain't had my say. I needed a couple days to digest this thing. Uh, Jerry Jones, uh, Jerry, what we heard from the interview really is how Jerry really is. It just came to the forefront. He's savvy enough and media savvy enough to know how to put on a show. He knows how to disguise everything, but he's the type of guy that behind closed doors would tell you exactly how he really is. And I think we just got a little glimpse of that. I don't know if a lot of you are old enough to remember how Al Davis was. He is the carbon copy. And if you listen to Jerry, that's who he admired more than anybody, was the way that Al Davis ran the Raiders. And he is doing the exact same thing, uh, in my opinion, with the Cowboys that Al Davis did with his Raiders in the latter years. Al Davis won Super Bowls, but toward the end, it's almost looking like the same thing you're seeing now. So Jerry is a type of person that also tries to make a dollar out of 15 cents, and he will never admit his mistakes. But the reason why he went off on Sean and RJ is because he knows it's a mistake now. The way, at least this season's approach, he already knows it's a failure. He knows it is. That's why it got to him. Sean and RJ just doing what they always have done. They just ask the questions. Contrary, if you've been following Sean and RJ, they came a day later and they cleared up some things that a lot of people had assumed. Sean and RJ, Jerry Jones does not own, and I even made the mistake of saying that Jerry owns the place. He does not own 105.3 The Fan. It is a company that is called Odyssey that owns the Fan. So Jerry Jones does not write their paychecks. Odyssey does, which means they're free men. Now, at the same time, I'm not stupid. I'm quite sure Jerry has influence in there to go and call whoever the owner is, say, I want these guys off of here. And if you don't, I'm going to take my show off of the radio station. Well, the problem is this. Because Jerry has been with Sean and RJ for almost 15 years, he can go ahead and leave because of Jerry. He put those two on the map to the point where they're stable now. Yeah, they will lose something with Jerry there. That is Jerry's personal platform to the nation. I'm talking about Cowboy Nation, but to everybody, because he knows what he says on that show is gonna go everywhere. And Sean and RJ have benefited from that because they got Jerry Jones. Nobody else has Jerry Jones except them. But what the problem is with Jerry, what he don't understand is if you've been hanging around these two guys or three guys, because it's a 3-man show, and you're giving them the platform with access to you for 15 years, they're stable now. So you can go and take your show on somewhere. You can go and do what you want to do. They're stable. They cover more than the Cowboys. They cover the Texas Rangers. They cover the Dallas Mavericks, and they are trusted all over the country. So yeah, it would take a little hit in total views not to have Jerry on there, but they're stable now. Now, if it was a guy like me, then I might be in a little trouble because I'm not, obviously established like that. But guys like Sean and RJ are nationally known. They're gonna be all right. So the threat of him doing that, he can't find nobody because they don't work for him. DallasCowboys.com works for him. Everybody at the Star works for him, but Sean and RJ don't work for him. So you can't threaten what you don't have power over. You might have influence, but you don't have power. That's the basic thing. So keep that in mind for the future. A lot of us had it wrong, including myself, saying that Jerry could fire. Jerry owns that. He don't own them. And Sean and RJ made that perfectly clear. If you don't believe me, go to YouTube and peep it out. And I'm very proud of Sean and RJ for setting the record straight. What it shows about Jerry is those things. And I'm finna say something here, y'all. You might want to share this. It's just my view, my opinion. You better thank God for content creators. You ain't got to thank God for me, but whoever you like, whoever you subscribe to, and most of you are subscribed to my channel, obviously, and I appreciate that. But for all of you that listen to other people, go ahead and praise God for that, because we can say whatever we want to say. And Jerry Jones can't do absolutely nothing. So therefore, we can tell the truth. We can tell the exact truth. We ain't got nobody over our shoulder. Okay, you know, I got YouTube over my shoulder. I got Facebook over my shoulder, because you know, if I get too ignorant, y'all can report it and all that type of stuff. But pretty much, I can say what I want to say. I'm not owned by Jerry. I'm not, so I can tell the truth. Here's the truth. My mind is going back, and a lot of things that I'm thinking about, and you don't have to agree with me by no means. But from my perspective, Jerry Jones, man, is a old, and please do not take this as, I guess, well, it's, you're gonna take it the way you want to take it. I'm not intending, because I'm not built like that. I'm not intending to be racial, but I'm calling it like it is. Jerry Jones is a old white billionaire. And when you've been on top and you've been, you know, a upper level type of dude, you develop a mentality that comes along with that, that you are standing over everybody. You run everybody. People cater to you. You get a bunch of yes men around you, and you lose grip on really what reality is. And when somebody steps up to you in opposition to that, you really don't know how to respond, because you're so used to it. Jerry's over 80 years old. I guarantee you, probably for the last 50 years or so, he's been, you know, over top of people, and that mentality is there. So you'll threaten people quick. You will. You'll threaten people quick. See what I'm saying? He has this complex about him. My mind is going back, and he's too emotional to be a GM. My mind goes back to Amari Cooper and the COVID issue, about him not taking the shots, which is his preference. He didn't want the shot. He didn't take the shot. He got sick. Jerry, hurry up and sent him on. Send him somewhere else. That's what he did. It was an emotional decision, not a smart decision for the betterment of the team. He hurried up and got it because he was pissed off at Amari for him not taking the shots and all that type of stuff, and then Amari got sick. Then he was on video without a mask on. If y'all remember that, the Alabama bowl game. If y'all remember that, okay? He got ticked off about it. He hurried up and got rid of him. That's an emotional decision, not a football decision. My mind goes back. My mind is going back to, y'all forgive me if y'all can't see me. I'm sorry. My mind is going back to a lot of different scenarios, and this don't have anything to do with it, y'all. I want to preface this. This don't have anything to do with football or anything else. But my mind, maybe not your mind, hear me out. And I may be wrong, because you don't supposed to judge, and I get all that. But my mind go back to that picture when those 5 black students tried to get in their school, and Jerry was there, and the snapshot caught him just looking. I wish it would have been a video. I know they ain't got nothing to do with football, y'all. I said let's ride. We just talking. I ain't got no X's and O's to talk about right now. And I ain't got no theory about the 49ers and all that kind of stuff. It's just that when stuff like the Sean and RJ thing happen, it make you kind of go back, put everything together, and then it formulates your opinion. Jared had that little snapshot where he was standing in the background when all those racial kids was trying to mess with those black kids that were trying to get into school in the 40s, 50s, whatever it is. Okay. And I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical about Jared. I remember in the COVID thing when he sent the statement about getting on a knee with the guys, but previous to that, when it came to the national anthem, he said, we're going to toe the line. And anybody that does not toe the line will not be a member of the Dallas Cowboys. Forget your personal beliefs. Forget your protests. If you don't line up, I'm going to threaten you with your job security and say you will not be a Dallas Cowboy. Hey, Joe, I see you. Sean and RJ are white. And the other guy, I forgot his name, they're white. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna go back and speak to everybody. Hey, I see you, John. How you doing, sir? Karan, how you doing? Uh, trying to get to. Is it Bishop? How many GMs in the NFL? That's 82. I think we're the only team that's the problem. Well, in fairness to Jerry on that, see, we can't. When you look at a GM, John, and what you're saying is the present day, but in order to assist really Jerry for GM work, you have no choice but to get it all back together and see where we get. So then you gotta ask yourself, John, what is the general manager's job? His job is to put the right players on the field, right coaching staff, and whatever. The reason why I gotta, I guess, do a little pushback, John, with your statement, even though it's accurate for right now, is that when you look at what the last, well, just look at the Mike McCarthy era. Other than the year Dak got hurt, this man, I mean, look at what he's produced. 12 and 5, 12 and 5, 12 and 5. That can't be dismissed. I understand we didn't win in the playoffs, but we can't dismiss that. So when it comes to rosters, the Cowboys for the last 5, 6 years have always been known as a team that had a great roster. I mean, that's what everybody say. So we got to factor that in. So as a GM, you can count in now, and even with you count in now, we're 3-3. You know what I'm saying? Last 3, 4 years has been 12 and 5. When you look at the GM, look how many Pro Bowlers. So you gotta add all this in. You look at how many Pro Bowlers. Look how many All Pros. You got to factor all that in when you're assessing, not just the present moment, but you got to do it all. See what I'm saying? You just got, so in fairness to Jerry on that, I got to add that in. You know what I'm saying? I know what we're looking like right now, and the story is still being written about this year. All of that factors in. But for the present moment, I agree with you, John, 1,000%. You know, it come a time where you have to do things. If we're going just by this year, y'all, and I'll get back to Jerry's personality in a second. If we're going by this year, Jerry put himself in the hot water. He put himself in the hot water by their approach to the season. It finally caught up with them. They have been running this draft and development system for years but they always had real good veterans to make things happen. So even though they were playing young guys, there was veterans there and ready to go and to keep things going. The problem with this year is what happens when your main guys, all of them get hurt at the same time, and now your draft and development gets progressed a whole lot faster. Now you're putting it all on the field. We already know that they refuse to go get free agents. We already know that. That's the wrong approach. You didn't need a whole team of free agents. You were 12-5. All you needed was one or two guys to get you over the hump. That's it. Simple. No, they don't want to do that because they don't want to spend money. You don't spend money in this league, the situation has changed. The draft and development will get you wins, but it will not win you Super Bowls. As a matter of fact, it might get you one and done in the playoffs. If you want to win in this version of the NFL, you got to go ahead and get some real players to go ahead and get the job done. It's been proven. They refuse to look at the league and copycat the league. They want to draft and say, okay, we may not win, but we just gonna keep building. And about year 3 and year 4, we'll be winning Super Bowls. Well, we still waiting on that. The draft and development program for the Cowboys have been in existence for a while now. And this before McCarthy. It's during the Jason Garrett era. It don't work. You ain't won nothing. So it's insanity to keep trying to do the same thing all over and over again. You got to change it up. Instead of changing it up, they doubling down on their system and it's making it worse, which is why you see what you're seeing now. That's what the problem is. What's going on? Man, look, I'm at work now. Hey, Jay Bird, I just tried something different, man. And I see I got a few people on here, so I appreciate it. That's cool. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why he's going off is because he already knows. He see the product on the field. And yeah, we got guys that are hurt and injured and all that type of stuff. And you got to factor that in. Would the Cowboys be better if D-Law and Parsons and Bland and you know what I'm saying? If all these guys come back, if Cooks come back, will it be better? I think it'll be a little bit better. But I saw them same guys on the field, they got blowed out too. DeMarcus Lawrence, Michael Parsons, Bland, all of them were on the field when Green Bay stomped the mud hole in us. When the 49ers beat our brains out last year in San Francisco, they were on the field. So I see that whether who we got the stars in or whether we got backups and practice squad players, I see the same result, a beatdown. Whenever we go against a physical team, whenever we go against these tough teams, it's the same result. We get our tails told cat raggedy. We do. And that's reality. And I'm still a Cowboy fan. I'm just calling it like it is. You understand what I'm saying? So they double down. Their approach is wrong. They saw it. Yeah, exactly, Gerald. They lost with all of them. They lost. Lost huge. Got embarrassed. Michael Parsons on the field. Green Bay toyed with us. I see you, Karan. The team is soft. Well, and I'm going to throw in, they're mentally soft. See what I'm saying? They're mentally soft. So physically, it is what it is. But their approach is wrong. And if the approach from the top is wrong, it's going to trickle down. It has no choice but to trickle down. And now it's going to get even crazier because whether the Cowboys make a little comeback or whatever, The bottom line is Mike McCarthy is going to lose his job. I'm almost convinced right now that it's going to take a Super Bowl win for him to even win it, to keep it. So I'm already thinking about a new coach. It's really going to get crazy. And then here we go. What kind of coach? Because again, the approach. What kind of approach are you going? What kind of coach are you going to bring in here? Another yes man? Oh, we're bringing another yes man in. We wasting time. I'm 52 years old. I'll be damn near 62 years old by the time we win another Super Bowl. Damn near 70. Because if you're going to get another yes man, that don't work. It don't work. A whole new approach. Let me tell y'all for anything, let me tell y'all the approach, what's going to happen next year. And it's going to tick y'all off. So you might as well go ahead and do it. Hey, Eduardo, no, I don't want Belichick. I would take Belichick if Josh McDaniels is with him because I know my offense is going to be good. Josh McDaniels is a bad, horrible head coach, but Josh McDaniels is an excellent offensive coordinator. Got too many rings on his finger. That's what if Bill Belichick is coming, I got to have Josh McDaniels. If Bill Belichick is coming, but he don't have a real good offensive coordinator, then I don't want Bill Belichick. Belichick is too old. And Belichick is just trying to get in so he can break the all-time record of most wins. And then he don't care. He got all his rings. He ain't gonna be here a long time. So I don't want to. I mean, if you want to say he's a transitional coach, okay, he's about the best transitional coach you will have, and things will be structured better. But we know that's too much of a personality. Jerry don't like that. Let me get y'all the thing. Then I got to go to work. What's up, Rod Coleman? You know I got to get in and go to work. But check this out. This is what we got next year. They got $24 million right now. 24. They got the second highest. They have the second highest salary cap number in the league right now. They got money. Here's the thing. They know the deficiencies of the team. You ain't gonna get nothing now. All you gonna get is guys off the street. You ain't trading nothing because you love your draft picks too much. So let's look at potentially, for those that weren't on my show the other day, let me tell you what's going on, what I think is going on. This is called a sacrifice year. They know the roster ain't, what it's supposed to be. They just going out there saying, hey, we might win some, we might lose some. We're going to lose a lot or whatever. All right. Here's my theory. Ain't nobody going to confirm it, but this is my theory. If y'all saying we so bad, guess what's going to happen? All right. We going to end up with a pretty high draft pick, right? I mean, if you're talking like the Cowboys are only going to win, let's just say 7 games. So that make you 7-10 or worse, whatever. Well, that's going to get you at least a top 12 pick, maybe. All right. Think about that. The salary cap money from this year rolls over to next year. Whatever money you got, it rolls over. Number 3. Do y'all remember all the talk of how much the salary cap went up last year at the end of the year? When you throw in the Taylor Swift, and I'm serious about that, Taylor Swift made the NFL $331 million. Hello. Taylor Swift is showing out again. Hello. Okay. That's not all. When you throw in the gambling, the DraftKings, the FanDuels, the Bet Us, all of those, that factors in. The salary cap then is easy to assume that the salary cap is going to go up even more next year. Let's go back. Cowboys, if we're bad as a lot of y'all think we are, we're going to win somewhere to maybe 6-7 games, right? Maybe. That's a pretty good high draft pick. The salary cap money rolls over. Okay. The salary cap is going to, without a doubt, is going to go up even more next year. So you get even more money. Add that with the $24 million. So we're going to have plenty of money next year. Plenty. And you got a draft pick. It's going to probably be a high draft pick. Number 5. Watch this. With the compulsory picks, do y'all guys know that we got a total of 11 picks in next year's draft? 11. 11, y'all. That's just off the top. They ain't counting what you can do to even get more. Because there's going to be some teams that's going to want some of these picks. And when you got 11 picks, the Cowboys are going to trade some of them things off. You understand what I'm saying? So look at next year. You talking about an off season of quote unquote promise. The Cowboys will have it. Now they ain't gonna do right because they never do. You see what I'm saying? They ain't gonna look. They don't spend money in free agents. That system already developed. We're gonna have plenty of money. We're gonna have plenty of money. If we get a high draft pick, you know, things get a little interesting. If you draft in 7th or 8th in the draft, top 8, things can get a little interesting. I'm saying to you guys, this is just my theory, that's what they're looking forward to. This year is a sacrifice year. Whatever happens, happens. That's what I think they are. Because they made no improvements. They ain't tried. They ain't looking to do nothing. They're not looking to do nothing. So, you know, that's why I'm convinced of this. That's why I ain't finna get my blood pressure up. I'm not. I have no expectations. We play the 49ers in another week or so. Guess what? I already got a feeling I know what's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna be another destruction. And I'm a Cowboy fan. As much as I hate the 49ers, I gotta admit, I don't see us looking good at all against the 49ers. I'm just saying. Of course, I'm cheering for them. I try to give you the X's and O's and all that stuff on, leading up to the game. But the morale is down, man. It ain't been like this in a while. And we've been spoiled by all these wins we have and making the playoffs every year, that sooner or later, you knew it was going, things were going to have to change, especially the way that they run the team. Well, we're here now. This is what I've been telling everybody. We're here now. And you might as well get ready. We got this schedule. I told y'all guys, for those who've been with me, this schedule is going to tell a whole lot about us. I told y'all, because it was no place to run, no place to hide. It's a bunch of physical teams. It's a lot of physical teams that we were going to be playing. That's the Achilles heel. We don't know how to punch people in the mouth. So guess what? I'm finna go to work. Look, I got my cowboy gear on today. I'm finna get laughed at. Hey, so be it. Jay Bird, I see you, brother. You said, but even with the salary cap going up, Dak 89 million, CD 35, Diggs 14, they have to sign Parsons would be at least 35. That is right at 180 million for only 4. That is next year's cap hit according to the cap. That's true, but they're gonna get it done. They have to pay Parsons. Somebody put up something that made sense, but it's not gonna happen. Somebody said we ought to trade Parsons and get a boatload of picks and all that type of stuff. You would, but you're not gonna trade a guy like that. He's a different guy. You just don't trade away rare players. They got Hall of Fame written on them from day one. And I'm just saying, it just don't make sense. They're gonna sign Parsons. And what B Bird just said in there is gonna happen. Parsons will be with us, and yeah, those 4 gonna take up a lot of the cap, but you're not gonna let that go because in their mind, the draft and developmental system is gonna be beautiful. See, they're celebrating right now. They popping champagne bottles. Man, we got 11 picks. You know, dang, dang the free agent. We don't care nothing about no free agent. We got 11 picks. Can you imagine what we can do with 11 picks? Can you imagine all that? And all 11 ain't gonna even make the team. See what I'm saying? You see, they ain't gonna make the team. You know, but that's what gets them excited. We draft well. We do well in the draft. That's when you don't hear no complaints about the Cowboys. The draft. They do pretty good in the draft. You know, they've had some misses, but overall, Will McClay, does a great job. You can't argue. So, and their mouth is watering like a pit bull with slob coming out the side of his mouth. They are so happy. 11 picks, man. Look, man, they can't look. They already. It's nothing new. Scouts go out all year long, especially during college football season, go look at players, games, and all that. They already, working it out. That's what Will McClay's job. Scouts are everywhere, all different games, going to practices and all that type of stuff. They already see all that. That's what they get excited about because it ain't about this year's team because they are doing absolutely nothing to improve it. Nothing. They showing you that. So it is what it is. I ain't trying to be optimistic because they're not giving me anything to be optimistic about. I'm not even to do it. I'm gonna take this little practice squad team we throw out there and say, hey, let's see how we can make something happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about to do. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It ain't gonna happen, Gerald. Gerald said give McClay the GM job and Jerry move on. It ain't gonna happen. We've been saying that for years. We've been saying that for years. This is a Jones family production. It will be that way even when Jerry leaves this earth. Steven will just step in or Charlotte or whatever, and it'll be and maybe the only thing you can pray for is that at some point one of the Jones children have a different mentality than their daddy. And it ain't Steven, because we already know how his mentality is. It's gonna get worse. Pray that it's Charlotte and Charlotte have a different mentality. I don't know what Jerry Jones Jr. is. But if it's Steven, we already know what time it is. It's gonna get worse. He cheat. He ain't paying no money. He's the one that changed his dad's mentality when it comes to free agents and being aggressive. Steven is the one that changed it all. So we already know what he gonna do. So, it is what it is. Look, I gotta get out of here. I appreciate all y'all, man. I ain't know like this early. Look like I need to start doing some morning shows. We call it the ride, like I call it today. I appreciate all you guys hanging with me. Forgive me for not calling all the names, but as you knew, I was driving at the time. Couldn't really get to you, but I appreciate all of y'all. Hey, I'll come hang with you guys coming up this Saturday for sure at 3 o'clock Central Time, and we'll get it. We'll talk about something else. We got to start talking about the 49ers and team that I just can't stand. I took care of one. We took care of one, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and my other dream is to annihilate the 49ers. But I'm gonna talk about it, but I don't see it happening. And we'll see. Y'all take it easy. Hey, for those that are watching this, go ahead and leave your comments on here. You may not agree with everything I said, and that's cool. I don't have no problem with that. But Jerry's character, now I'll close with this. Jerry's character to me is really in question. Because I almost want to start putting some labels on him that are outside of the football arena. Let me just say that. I want to start. I almost do, but I'm not gonna do it quite yet. Y'all tune in Saturday, cause see he doubled down on some stuff, and I don't like what he's saying. I don't like how he doing it. Hey, my daddy on here. Hey, daddy. I better get in to work now. My daddy on here. Hey, y'all say hello to my daddy, Douglas Brooks Sr. My daddy is on here. Thank God for my daddy. My daddy's still with me. Hey, he is. Y'all say hello to my daddy. See, I'm gonna have to bring my dad on my show one time. Y'all see where I get my looks from. My dad on here. That just made me happy. Hey, daddy, what you doing up so early, man? Daddy, why you up so early? Type daddy. Well, I know you're an early guy anyway. I'm sorry, I forgot. You ain't got to type it in, Dad. I know what you're doing. All right. Hey, let me get on in, man. Listen, I'll be with you guys on Saturday at 3 p.m. for sure. Just turn on the live notifications and we'll work. Those of you that watch this later, leave your comments and go on. Hey, Daddy, you got everybody saying hello to you, man. That's senior there. I come from the old school, man. I'm a 70s child, 73. I came up with respect. So my daddy still had that power over me, you know, because he told me a long time ago, we the same age difference that when I was born, and I'm 52, and so obviously my father's older, but I'm still that 2-year-old, 3, 4-year-old kid, and my dad is telling me to sit down. I don't negotiate, even at 52. I sit down. Y'all understand? I remember. You know what I'm saying? That's he's daddy. I don't call my daddy. Uh, we know we got the same name. He named me after him. I don't never call him. By his first name. I almost caught myself there because I was about to call his name. He got one name, Daddy. Not Dad. Not Pop. He trained us a long time ago. Me and my sister. His name is Daddy. I've never called him by his name. I'm 52 years old. I'm still that 4-5-year-old kid. Daddy. These kids now, ooh-wee. Lord have mercy. All right. I'm out of here, man. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. I appreciate y'all. All right, thank you, Daddy. Thank you. All right, y'all take it easy, man. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all a little bit later on. This has been, y'all already know what it is. Put your hand clap emojis. I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to work, but y'all still jam. Put your hands together for the one and only, the big time show.